Okay, OOPS principles. Okay, so usually Java coding is developed based on OOPS principles. So we will write the Java code using OOPS principles. OOPS means Object Oriented Programming System. OOPS means Object Oriented Programming System. Okay. So what are the OOPS principles means? First principle is class. Second principle is object. Third principle is encapsulation. Fourth principle is inheritance. Inheritance principle is polymorphi- polymorphism. Okay, these are five are the most principles of Java programming language. These are the OOPS principles. By using these principles, Java coding is developed. Java syntax follows these principles. Okay, first one is class. First principle is class, right? Class. Okay, so I want to start with class. Okay, for example, to definition, before saying about definition of a class, I want you to know what is class. Generally, what is class? So for example, to understand the concept of class, for example, in the world, in the universe, this is my general example. To understand the concept of class and object, I'm going to explain about this with an example. So in the universe, how many living things are there? Like person, human being is a living thing. Human being is a living thing. Animals are living thing. Birds are living things, right? These are the, along with these living things, there are some more living things, but I'm focusing on these living things, and I want to classify all these living things. I want to classify between human being, animals, and birds. Okay, so to identify whether, 1 minute, yeah, how can we say whether a living thing is a human being? How can we say whether the living thing is a human being? It has some properties, right? Every human being having some properties. So uh, properties and behavior, and animals have some properties and behavior, and birds are having some properties and behavior. First of all, what are the properties means? For example, if I want to say, by seeing a living thing, if I want to say whether it is a human being, animals, or a bird, if I say there are two hands, human beings having some properties, if I want to identify whether that is a human being or not, human beings have two hands and two legs. These are the properties. By seeing two hands and legs, generally, a person with one hand also is there, but in rare cases, generally, if we want to say whether it is a human being or not, so these properties, human being has two hands and two legs. So what are the behavior? These are two are properties. Okay, two hands and two legs are properties. What kind of behavior a human being have? We can walk. We can walk. It is an action performed by the. We can eat. We can swim. Okay, so if I want to say whether he is a human being or not, he should have these properties. Okay, swim is a rare. I don't say all human beings have two hands and two legs. These are the properties. What kind of behavior human beings have? He can walk and he can eat. Similarly, generally animals. There are different kinds of animals. Animals have four legs. General animals. There are many animals with four legs. Okay, generally I'm considering animals have four legs and one tail. This is the properties of animal. If I want to say whether the living thing is an animal or not, it should follow these properties. And also what kind of behavior animals will exist. So what kind of behavior means it can eat, same as human being. It can it can walk. So along with this behavior, there are some more other behavior also. For human beings also, along with these properties, of these properties, there are some more properties. There are different kinds of properties. Human being color, it is also a property. Height is also a property. So I'm not considering. I'm considering few things only to consider whether a human being or not. Okay. So similarly, birds have, how many birds have two legs, right? Two legs. What is the behavior it will have? It can fly. Birds can fly, right? It also can eat and walk. It also can eat and walk. To say whether the birds, whether it is a bird or not, it should follow all these properties. Okay. So I have classified human beings, human beings, animals, and birds. So how I am classifying by using C? I'm writing class. So I'm classifying. Okay, class human being having. Okay, this is the class human being. Class human being. So this is the class human beings. I'm classifying. I'm classifying human being, animals, and birds. That's why I write class. Okay, I'm classifying. Okay. Similarly, so I'm classifying animals. So there are opening brace. This is opening braces. This is closing brace of the class animal. So this is opening brace, starting of a class. This means this parent, this flower bracket is closing of the class human being. Okay. Similar to human being, animals also. We have classified animals by using two properties: four legs and one leg, and behavior, eat and walk. So I'm classifying birds also. How I am classifying? So every bird is having two legs and it can fly and it can eat. Okay. So this is about classification. Okay. So if we want to say a human being, so it is a class. We are discussing about group of human beings. Every human being is having these two properties and these two behavior. Okay. So uh, I want to define the class now. Okay. So now I will explain what is class. One minute. So now I want to explain what is class. Class means class is a blueprint or model for creating objects. Okay. For example, student is a class. Okay. Student is a class, and your one of the student name. For example, student is a class. So all these students are objects in your class. Student is a class. So all your students are objects. You are individual objects. So okay. So I want to tell you another thing. Class is a blueprint or model for creation of objects. If you want to say object, I want to differentiate object and class. Object and class. Here, if you see, here the class is human being. Class is human being. Then what is an object? Individual. I'm a person. I'm an object. In every individual person is a object. Whereas when I'm talking about group of things, when I'm talking about group of things, it will be a class. So when I'm talking about single person, which is physical like this, my name is Vinod. I am an object. I am an object for this class human being. Okay, just to all the persons are the objects of this class student. So why I am declaring this class means, so all the human beings follows these properties. What kind of, so it is a template. Class is a template or a grouping for creation of different objects. So using this class, I can create any number of objects. Using this class, I can create any number of classes. Now, what is the difference? What is the difference? Another difference is a class is a group of things. A class is a group of things having similar properties and behavior. Properties and behavior. So a class is a group of things. Here human being, here the class is a human being. Every individual person is an object. Okay. So it is every human being will share these properties like two hands and two legs, and he can walk and he can read. So class, I'm talking about class. When I'm talking about class, it is saying about group of things. If I am talking about an object, an individual object, individual person that physically exists. So class cannot physically exist. It is a template or a structure for creation of n number of objects. So object is physically exist. I am the object in human being. Okay, in human being class, I am an object. So for example, Ravi is an, all the students, all of you are human beings. So you are, each individual thing is an object. So this object shares the properties of this class. This every individual, every object having two hands and two legs, every human being having, so all the objects, individual thing, when I am talking about individual thing, it is an object which physically exists. Whereas class is a virtual. Class is a virtual because it is a template. We are not. It is not physically exist. It is talking about, it's a group of things. Okay, it is a skeleton. It is a structure to create an object. Okay. For example, so there is a class student. Student. Okay. Class student. So every student have some behavior, right? So behavior is int roll number. It is a property. So the variables, properties, attributes, class member, all are same. So these are properties. Roll number is the properties of a student, and the behavior of the student is he can. This is a function similar to function C. So he can get marks using this method. This is the behavior of the student. So one behavior, I can write any kind of behavior, like he can walk, he can talk, but I require only one kind of behavior. So this is a class, this is a template, it is a blueprint. It is saying that it is a blueprint or a model. It is saying that every student have some roll number, every student will have this behavior that he can get the mark. So using this class, how can I create an object, individual object? See, I will see. Class, what is a class? How to create an object? This is the syntax of a class. This is the syntax of a class. Okay, I will write the syntax of a class by using above example. Class name, class name, and properties. Every class having properties means variables. Okay, variables, attributes, class member, and every class having some behavior. Like this is the behavior. This get marks is a behavior. This behavior also called as methods. So we will call method in Java, whereas C it is also called as function. Function and method are same. Okay, or it is a behavior. Behavior is also known as method. Method is also known as function. Properties are also known as attributes. Attributes are also known as class members. One minute, ever. My voice is not clear. Huh? Okay, 1 minute. ఆఫ్ చేశానమ్మా. ఇప్పుడు కావస్తుందా? వాయిస్ వినబడుతుందమ్మా? హలో, వాయిస్ వినిపిస్తుందా? వాయిస్ క్లియర్గా ఉందా? హలో, వాయిస్ క్లియర్గా వినిపిస్తుందా?
వినిపిస్తుంది సార్.
ఓకే,
వినిపిస్తుంది సార్.
ఓకే అమ్మా. So this is the syntax for a class. So this is an example for a class. Okay, student name is the class name. Student is the class name. Here roll number is the property. This get marks is the method. So using this class student, I create any number of objects. How can I create an object is? This is the syntax for creation of an object. What is the syntax means? Class name, object name is equal to new class name. This is the syntax for create an object. So using above example, what is the class name? Student kada. Student is the class name. Using the, I am creating object for this student, object for this class. So how can I create an object? Class name is student, right? So to create an object, student. So object name, I am giving some student name Ravi, new student. So using this class name for one class, I told that we can create any number of objects. So this is one object. I'm creating another object. Student Neha is another object. New student. So we can create 1 lakh of objects, any n number of objects using the class. Okay, what is this means? So this Ravi is an object, right? This object, what is an object means? This is object is the individual thing. It shares the properties of a properties and behavior of a class. So object is an individual thing among the group of things in a class. So object is a object is an individual element among the group of things of a class. Among the group of things in a class. Okay, so this, so class, when I'm saying about class student, so student is a this student is a, it is discussing about group of students. It is discussing about group of students. Okay, students in a class is students. I will name it as it is. It is it is saying about a group of things. It is not physically exist. Okay, I am simply using my mouth. I'm saying simply I'm saying students. Okay, students means it is a it it does not physically exist. Okay, it is a skeleton, it is a template. It follows every student have some roll number, every student gets mark using some behavior in it. Okay, when I'm talking about object, when I'm talking about object, so object is a real thing. Object, every person has a as a is a real thing. Okay, object is a real thing. Okay, real thing means individual object. So Raneha exists physically, Ravi exists physically, but the class name student. This is I'm saying students only. I'm talking about only group of students. It is not, class is not a physical. It's a virtual thing. It is not. It is not a physical. Class is virtual, where object is a real thing. Okay, so this is about class and object. So just I want to, so objects have some memory. Object physically exists, right? Physical existence, it is having object. Object have some memory. Class won't have memory. Okay, so this is the concept of object and class. So I want to implement this. I want to implement a program about class and object. Okay, see, I'm writing class student. So what I told, every class having some properties and behavior. I will take one row, one properties of a student, roll number, string, branch name. So not only these are the only two properties. Every student have a lot of properties we can we can take, like student color, student height. So those are not, I'm not it is not necessary, that's why I'm not taking. So every lot of, we can differentiate into each individual objects, individual student with lot of characters. Like Aadhaar number is also one property. His color is a property to identify whether a student. Its height is a property. Anything belongs to a object student is a property. Okay, so I'm writing this class student. I'm saying one behavior is there, get marks. So I have written the class according to this class student. Every student have some roll number and it's having some branch name, and also every student will get the marks by using this method. So this is a function. It is similar to a function in C, right? So if I want to create an object, how can I create an object? Okay. Public static void. It is similar to main function in C, right? It is similar to main function in C. Program start with main method in C. Similarly, execution starts with this main method. So this is the method name, main method, similar to main function in C. So this main method will always be void, always be static, always be public. That is, I will tell you next. Okay, simply understand. So this is the main method, similar to main function. In C program execution starts from main. Similarly in Java also, this execution start means main method. Okay, so similarly, if I want to create an object, this is a class, right? Okay, This is the class. If I want to create an object for this class student, how can I create an object? Student Ravi, so or any Kohli. Okay, new student. This is one object. Another object also I am taking. Student Dhoni is equal to new student. Assume that these two are students. Okay. Okay. So when as soon as I create an object Kohli, so this is the class. The student is the class name. Kohli is the object name. Kohli is the object name. New is an operator which is used to create an object. The student is the constructor. Okay, and that I will tell you. Simply identify this syntax. Kohli is an object. So I have created Kohli object and Dhoni object for the class student, right? So for both Kohli and Dhoni, he will have all these properties. He will both Dhoni have some roll number and Kohli have some roll number. So both and also both will access their marks by using this method. System.out.println means similar to printf statement in C. Similar to printf statement in C. This is the to display output we use system.out.println. Okay. So marks access. This is a dummy method. Okay. Generally we write logic inside this get marks how the marks is retrieved. That logic we have to write. But this is a dummy program to understand the basic concepts of student. I am printing just some statements. Okay. So if any number of students, I can create any number of objects for all those students. These properties will be shared. All the students will have roll number. All the students will have branch name. All the students will get marks. Okay. So if I want to, okay, if I want to access some value to Kohli, for roll number is 100. Assume that. So I assume that I'm taking one object only. Okay. So I'm giving roll number 100 and branch name ECE. So to access, so every object will access these values. We'll get the properties. We'll get the properties and methods. So this Kohli object can access roll number, and also branch name. How can the object access the properties means the syntax is object name. How to access a variable using object dot variable name. This is the syntax to access a variable in a class. So here the object name is Kohli. What is the object name? Kohli, and variable name is, what is the variable name? Roll number and branch name. Okay, how can I access roll number? So I want to print the value. System.out.println Kohli.roll number. System.out.println Kohli.get marks. Okay, roll number కాకుండా branch name ఉంది కదా, branch name. Okay, to access the method, so to access variable object name dot variable name. To access this method, I have access roll number and branch name. If I want to access this method get marks, the syntax is object name dot method name. Object name dot method name. Here what is the object name? Kohli kada. Object name is Kohli. Kohli dot method name. What is the method name? Get marks. Okay. So here in this program I am printing roll number and branch name of a class, and also I am access get marks using Kohli object. Okay. See. So as I told, this class is a blueprint or a model for creation n number of objects. Okay. If I create n number of objects, so all the n number of students will have this roll number and this branch name and get marks. Okay. So we have to save the program by main class name. So this is the main class name dot java. So this is the main method is present in the class student. That's why we have to save the program by using student dot java. desktop menu already ఇంకో ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఉన్నట్టుందిరా. ఓకే desktop menu వద్దు. స్టూడెంట్ డాట్ థర్డ్ ఈసీ జావా నోట్స్ లోనే సేవ్ చేస్తాను. అక్కడ కూడా ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఉంది. ఓకే let us override this program. Override చేస్తున్నాను. ఓకే so we have to execute the program where it is located. We have to go to that memory location, that directory. We have to go to the directory. desktop menu program ఉంది చూడండి. desktop menu program ఉంది. I have saved in desktop. What is the program name? Student kada, because student. So we have to go to desktop directory. We have to execute. So java c student tab నొక్కితే వచ్చేస్తుంది. Okay, java c, how to compile a program, java c file name dot java. But there is an error, right? What is an error? String ki string అని రాశాను చూడండి. ఎవరు nobody has a prompt string. Okay, again I'm compiling. Program compiled. So as soon as program is compiled, dot class file will be generated. Student dot class file will be generated. This is the bytecode. So general గా dot class file ఎందుకంటే సో మనం ఇది డాట్ జావా ఫైల్ సోర్స్ ఫైల్. ఇప్పుడు మన క్లయింట్ కి ఎప్పుడు కూడా డాట్ జావా ఫైల్స్ ఇవ్వం. వి డోంట్ గివ్ ద డాట్ జావా ఫైల్ టు ద క్లయింట్. whenever we develop a project, we don't give the dot java file to the client. We will give dot class file. What is the use of this dot class file? It is useful for running the java program. This dot class file రాకపోతే program run చేయలేం. Okay, so how to run a program? Java class name. So this thing will be done by JVM. Okay, so marks, all the values are printed. This is about class and object. Okay, this is about class and object. So among the OOPS principles, what are the OOPS principles? Class and object is completed. Class object encapsulation, port 1, inheritance 51, polymorphism. Okay, so class and object. So how to create a program use class, how to create a program use, we have implemented class and object features in a program. So now we have to implement, so encapsulation, we can implement encapsulation, inheritance and polymorphism are left. Okay, encapsulation is nothing but, encapsulation ante edante chudandi. So binding of data and binding of properties and methods into single unit is a encapsulation. For example, class student anam cheppanu kada, class student, the definition of encapsulation is, it is useful for binding properties and methods అని చెప్పాను కదా. ప్రాపర్టీస్ అంటే ఏమి కాదు, roll number is a property. So roll number is a property. Every student having some properties. Color is a property. Is other number is a property. Is height is a property. We can differentiate. So every individual student is an object which is having some properties. Okay, so encapsulation means, for example, string branch name. Okay, so is having some property, void get marks. Okay, so we are binding these properties and method, okay, into a single unit called class. The class law we are writing, in this class we are binding these properties and methods into single unit. What is the single unit? In class. Okay, so it is useful for, so when I am writing these values, these properties and in these methods here, only this class only it can access, other classes cannot access this value. It is giving some security, right? Encapsulation means binding of properties and methods into a single unit. What is that single unit? This class is a encapsulation. So OOPS Java coding follows this principle also, that is binding. Okay, encapsulation. Okay, Next, inheritance. Inheritance means inherit. What is inherit? So deriving parent class features to child class is known as inheritance. For example, so parent lo quality students will get child will get parent qualities properties along with parent properties. Child also having some individual new properties. Okay, generally inheritance means deriving parent class. There are two classes for while implementing inheritance. Deriving parent class features are nothing but properties and variables and methods. Properties and behavior and method function. I told you, right? So deriving parent class features to the child class. So why the use is, so in the child class, if I want to implement parent class features without writing the parent class function in child class, we can use by using the concept of inheritance. Deriving parent class features to the child class is known as inheritance. OOPS also follow this principle. OOPS coding also will follow this principle inheritance. So polymorphism means, poly means many, morphism means, poly means many, and morphism means forms, many forms. The phenomena of existing same thing in different ways is known as polymorphism. So for example, you are a student, how you behave at your home, how you behave at your friends, lot of difference is there, no? ఇంట్లో ఎలా బుద్ధిగా ఉంటారు, ఓకే, మీ బిహేవియర్ ఇంట్లో ఒకలాగా ఉంటుంది, మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ దగ్గర ఒకలాగా ఉంటుంది కదా. సేమ్ థింగ్, యు ఆర్ ద సేమ్, రెండు దగ్గర కూడా యు ఓన్లీ బిహేవింగ్ ద ఫినామినా ఆఫ్ ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ సేమ్ పర్సన్ in different ways. So e concept kuda we will implement in Java coding. If you know all these concepts, it is easy to understand Java coding. Okay, these are the main principles of OOPS. Okay, so so I have completed now OOPS principles. I have completed the OOPS principles. Class object concept ayindi. So method and method overloading మిగిలింది కదా. Method and method overloading. అమ్మా ఒక్క పావు గంట. I want to take the class here. 1 minute. I will stop the recording.